between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. On the Eagles sideline, head coach Nick Sirianni. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Down at the 31. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19, 18.
I got it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. We drop you in now to first quarter action as the offense begins this drive. Throwing, Sanders. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hands it off out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Get it! Mustang 19, Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Buffalo 18, Big Lion, go, check, Bobcat, street, go, check.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
60 Bison. Hurt. Ready?
To throw is Sanders. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards.
4 yards.
And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
19 Tiger.
Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Panther 11. 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
From the gun, it's Shador. He'll try and do this himself. And not enough on the throw that time, as that one is incomplete. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
70 Timberwolves.
Here's Sanders. From the left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's good.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Sanders. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Well, the Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's been sensational. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Cowboy 80. Let's go. Ready, ready?
Sanders to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
79 Broncos. Go.
Now Sanders. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Here we go. 70 Lions. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers. Ready.
Throwing again, it's Sanders. And that's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1. Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's 2nd and 8. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Sanders. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats!
They'll go. Here's Sanders. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Sanders once more. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw again. And this one's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there for us in incompletion.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. So 2nd quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hurt! Right there, hurt! 18 rattlers!
Looking to throw. Sanders. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
It's a gain of 22 and brings up 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
That's good for Cowboys. 1st down.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Sanders. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes his dick. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Get it. Ref, go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Mayer as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room.
Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. To the 43, second down.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Sanders from the gun on third down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Fights loose. And out of bounds across the 15. So this offense will head back out there. They're in excellent field position after the fumble recovery. Sanders now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He's got room to roam. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go. Shot. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Sanders. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive as they watch the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Second and 6. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you'll open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Sanders. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Operating from the gun. Sanders. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll try and do this himself. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
70.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Daniel Jones, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 30.
Now Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing, Jones. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for CeeDee Lamb.
Now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. punt there. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys in front of created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. First down carry for Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. DeMarvion overshown, the one to bring him down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. The gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Hurts. Pickens on the slant. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now he's going to bring up 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look. Now on 4th down, is the punt team sending this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3. At the 14-yard line.
Let's go now.
On play action, here's Shador. And that is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Sanders. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a
to throw now. Here's Sanders. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing, Sanders. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Back to throw. Jones. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. What an effort. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And there's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
Hey, easy, 63, bam! That was on top!
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of 9. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Hurts with a... Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. Looking middle, and that's complete. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Smile London on the tackle.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Cowboys first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
That's another Cowboys first down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A short throw, and it's hauled in by Mayer. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Cowboys first down.
Now Jones. He's got room to roam. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Now again here to Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. Here's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
Throwing his Hurts. Looking for Gray, and he's got him. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a first down, but the tackle comes in bounds. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. This looks good. It is good. He hits it from 53 yards out. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division, you knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Cowboys, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.